Hello and welcome to another guitar analysis video. I'm going to improvise a solo over a backing track and then I'm going to listen back to it, tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, what I was thinking, and anything else I can think of that might help you with your playing. Today we've got a backing track by YT Jam Tracks. It's a mellow melodic rock backing track in A minor. I really like the vibe of this one, so thank you to YT for letting me use it. Let's give it a go. Okie dokie, let's take a listen. I really love the way I did this intro with the ambient harmonics. I had a little bit of delay on my guitar tone that I think made these sustain really nicely and break up a little bit. When the drums come in, when the drums first enter, that's a chance for me to start playing more rhythmically. You know, when the drums are not in, there's a high probability that I'll have a harder time keeping in time with the track. It's something I would like to get better at, but when there's those big washy opening sections, no drums, it helps me to play more ambient stuff because I tend to rush the time a bit. And I had this delay tone which masks a lot of the rhythmic qualities of what I'm playing anyway, so it's helpful to lean into the ambient stuff before the drums kick in if you're me. So here the drums kicked in and I'm immediately playing more rhythmically and starting to build up some fresh motifs. Yeah, that is repeating a simple little melody like that and just changing the note you end on as opposed to changing a lot of other things about it is a good way to create something that's catchy that'll stick in people's head, and hopefully I'll have a chance to develop that later and take advantage of the fact that people can wrap their ears around it very easily. Let's see if I went with it any further. Sounds like I abandoned that motif, so this never came back. It was still cool while it lasted, but it seems like I just went on in a more linear direction after that, which sounds good to me. I'm not too upset about that. So at this point in the solo, I'm emphasizing higher notes. I'm starting to crawl up. Now I'm using the B string. I started really low D string and lower D, A, and E strings at the beginning, just doing, that was my high stuff. And now And I was playing that, and now I'm going up here. I'm even taking the chance and going on the B string. That's high. Let's see if I go any higher. Not a surprise to me that I went higher. That's something I do all the time. It's sort of ingrained in my sense of melody. This is probably the most common thing for me, is to start low and then get higher. So that actually is something I don't really like, and I want to talk about that here. This is a subtle thing that kind of bothers me about my playing that I'd like to point out. So listen to the notes that I end my phrases on here. Let's hold da in our heads. So it's da and then ba-dum. Those are the points I'm ending the phrases. So those are like the melodic punctuation of what I'm playing. So if you were to break it down as a melody, it's like stuff bum, stuff bottom, and then listen to what happens here. Ba ba again. So it's stuff ba, and then stuff ba. I think it would have been a lot more impactful if instead of ending there, I could have gone up to here. So I'll do like my noodles. Here, let me let you see my noodles. That would have been slightly more energy inducing. Whereas what I actually did feels like it didn't actually go anywhere. There wasn't much payoff for the fast thing. Now I sensed the pain there. I felt that I didn't like where it went, and so I turned the delay on right away to try to go into a whole different energy and try to create some momentum there, because I felt like I didn't feel like the solo needed to go on, but it definitely didn't feel like a good place to end. So I turned on the delay to create more variation and more momentum, which worked. I'm not that crazy about how I'm turning the delay on and off, like when I'm turning the delay on and off, but I'm experimenting with it. It's not something I'm used to doing, so I'm learning here, and I'm feeling good about the fact that I took a chance. And that's the whole point of playing over backing tracks, is to try new stuff and learn. So I like the learning that's happening, but one thing I learned while I was doing this is it's cooler to turn the delay on after you play a big note than it is to play a big note and turn it on at the same time. So here's a big note, like if I turn it on right on that note, I like that actually. What I was thinking was extra cool was when I turn it on right after the note, how it gives it a feeling of increased epicness in its tail. But now that I'm thinking about it again, I actually like both. What I don't really like as much is when I'm just randomly turning it on and off, and it just leaves the tone feeling so dry when it's off. But once again, cool experiment. Alright, so this whole rest of the solo is basically me being like, dang, I feel like it should have ended by now, but I didn't find my ending. A lot of the time when you're playing a solo, you're looking for an ending. You're looking for the right time to end. And in fact, the sooner you can do it, sometimes the better the solo. Here I'm like, dang, I think I missed my moment. And I'm just winding the solo down, bringing it to a resting point. At least I stuck the landing. I like ending on. So one of the big things I'm realizing from watching this solo back and the one I did in the previous video is I play a little too light when I should be playing a lot harder at certain points. I should also be probably turning up the gain. The whole point of the patch I'm using is that it's noisy and like you can really dig into it. So the dynamics are really good for the beginning and middle of the solo, but for both solos I've analyzed now, I feel like I don't quite get there enough at the end, and I think that has to do with tone. It has to do with how hard I'm picking. Just got to bring more of that energy as if it's a live performance in front of lots of people, or just like some people, just really loud. Once again, don't overanalyze your soloing. Nobody really listens to your solos the way you listen to them, and it's easy to get in this trap of thinking every little detail is like going into people's brain calculators and then they're deciding if you're good or not. It really doesn't work that way. People just listen to music and they hear it and they just trust it. Generally, there's like, that's the solo that was supposed to be there because it was. But it's good to learn, so that's what the critique is for. If you'd like to study with me or check out my new guitar course, Guitrongus, head on over to benlevinmusicschool.com, and I've got lesson bundles now. Thank you.